You're about to hear about the biggest financial shift in modern history. A quiet movement led by Trump and the Global Alliance that promises to return trillions to the people and overturn centuries of centralized control. Stay with me until the end, because today we're going to reveal how the new system will directly impact your life, and how to prepare for what's coming. Donald Trump, along with the Global Military Alliance, made the decision to take on a financial system built to oppress, centralize, and control. Together, they activated the largest redistribution of wealth in history. $150 trillion in funds that had been stolen from humanity are now being returned to the people, through GESARA. For decades, the world was dominated by the fiat dollar, sustained by debt, wars, and shady deals. Inflation was exported, while entire families were burdened with eternal debt. But that's over. With the activation of the Skybreaker Protocol on June 26, the old banking system was erased on a global scale. On the same night, all countries began operating with currencies backed by real assets, free from the old control. The new American currency, now backed by gold, silver, and platinum, symbolizes the end of dependence on the Federal Reserve and the old IRS. In addition, all bank debts, mortgages, loans, and credit cards are being permanently eliminated. This is not a simple financial bailout, but a complete reset, freeing citizens from a system that was flawed from the beginning. Income tax has been abolished. Instead, there will be a flat 14% tax on luxury items only, while food, medicine, and housing are completely exempt. As of today, the Quantum Financial System, or QFS, is already in operation worldwide. All major financial institutions are now gold-backed, eliminating fraud and manipulation. Every transaction is public, recorded on an immutable ledger, and protected by quantum cryptography. The fully backed rainbow currency is emerging as the new sovereign standard. Redemption centers have already been activated in 70 countries, with teams performing biometric checks to ensure secure access to new balances. From June 29 to July 4, banking systems will undergo adjustments, while new exchange rates and liquidity protocols are implemented. July 4, in addition to being symbolic, marks the public activation of the QFS, the official start of NESARA/GESARA, and the release of healing technologies suppressed for decades. Between July 5 and 14, mass biometric synchronization will be implemented, consolidating the new model. Old fiat currencies will begin to be removed from circulation, ending an era of debt and manipulation. In parallel, the Great Big Beautiful Bill is advancing in Congress, consolidating the new legal standard. The text proposes the total elimination of income tax, the formalization of the quantum access card, and the guarantee that food and medicines are always free from abusive taxation. In Texas, the new law already recognizes gold and silver as official currency, shocking the global market. At the same time, more than 100 nations are already joining forces to completely abandon the dollar, migrating to gold reserves and sovereign digital platforms. This movement, known as Operation Sandman, represents a silent but devastating attack on the old financial hegemony. Central banks are being emptied. The real estate market is undergoing restructuring. And the Federal Reserve's authority has practically disappeared. The IMF and BIS are being excluded from sovereign negotiations. With this, each country begins to operate with its own system, transparent, and focused on real value, and no longer on paper promises. Breathe deeply. Feel the air entering, filling each cell, renewing each thought. The weight you have carried for so long can finally be laid to rest on the ground of the old reality. You no longer need to drag chains of fear, shame, or guilt. This is the time to give thanks for everything that has already fulfilled its purpose and return, with honor, to the greater cycle. Liberation is not only financial. It is, above all, internal. It is a silent call that whispers within the heart, reminding you of who you truly are. Old souls, star travelers, guardians of ancient wisdom, you came to this time with silent promises. Promises to remember, even when the world made you forget. Promises to remain steadfast, even when everything around you fell apart. And here you are. You have crossed deserts of silence, endured injustice, felt like strangers in a world that often did not understand your essence. But now, the veil becomes translucent. The boundaries between the visible and the invisible are dissolving. Intuition flourishes like never before, signs multiply, synchronicities become glaring. It is not the case. It is reconnection. You have never been alone. You only dreamed of separation. But the time of sleep is over. A new light is born within and without you, soft at first, but growing, becoming an inner sun capable of dissolving even the oldest shadows. This light is the living reminder of your divine origin. It is not theory, nor distant philosophy. It is a living presence that pulsates with every heartbeat. The old world crumbles because it no longer supports the truth. Governments, systems, religions, and sciences will be challenged, and many illusions will crumble. It will be intense. For some, painful. For you, liberating. When chaos arises, remember, it is the birth of the new world. Be anchors of calm, mirrors of serenity. When many cry out for external answers, be those who point to the silence within. When the darkness seems to grow, know that it is only the light forcing space to shine. Every choice, every word, every emotion shapes the path. You are more powerful than you ever imagined. It is time to use that power with wisdom, love, and awareness. The Great Quantum Reset is not just about numbers or currencies. It is a cosmic reconnection. It is a time when everyone remembers that they are light in human form, living guardians of a possible and magnificent future. No longer wait for permission to shine. Take your light in hand. Claim your mastery. Rewrite your story. And know, you have never been alone. We have never been closer. We have never been more hopeful. You have come this far. And what comes next is bigger and more beautiful than any dream. This is the true spirit of the new restored republic. It is the breath of living sovereignty, pulsating in every awakened being. If this message touched your heart, leave your like and share it with those who need to know the truth. Thank you for being here, for being part of this new world. See you on the other side, on the side of light, sovereignty, and abundance.